And we start with that overnight news where firefighters are back at a house that keeps catching fire in Albuquerque. It's the same house where a woman died less than a month ago. This home is here on Lexington Northeast. It's near Wantabo and Candelaria. It flared up overnight. Firefighters say the fire rekindled itself in the attic. This after smoke and flames poured out of that house yesterday night about 6:15. Firefighters rushed over there to take care of that. Now, if you remember, this is the same house that caught fire last month. It's where Juanita Adams was found dead inside. Investigators haven't said exactly how she died. The city says it's had its problems with this house for quite some time now, and it will be demolished soon, possibly as early as today. Firefighters have not said what started any of these fires. Elizabeth?
Albuquerque mother is still in jail, charged with child abuse. Police say on Saturday a caller who phoned into Drunk Busters, the tip line, said a truck was swerving in and out of traffic without lights near Wantabo and Manal. Using info from the license plate, police arrived to a home on Irby Street, northeast, where they saw the truck. They learned the driver was only 14 years old. The teen told officers her mother, 38-year-old Florinda Sosi, had her drive. Police say Sosi looked drunk and refused a field sobriety test. Cops say the mother also failed a breath test.
The driver, who admits he shot and almost killed another man in a fit of road rage last year, should find out how long he'll spend in prison for it in just a few hours. Simon Garcia pled guilty to attempted murder and other charges last year, saying he got upset when another driver flipped him off on I-25. So Garcia followed that man, pulled out a gun and shot at him, barely missing his head.
A state Supreme Court ruling could clear the road for more lawsuits against the state for deadly highways. The Supreme Court ruled that the family of a couple killed in a 2004 head-on collision near Los Alamos can sue the Department of Transportation for failing to install center lane barriers on State Road 502 where the accident happened. The DOT told us it will continue to be mindful of dangerous situations and address them, but said installing Jersey barriers on every road it maintains would cost more than $7 billion and is not financially feasible.
Well, police are still trying to find out who opened fire in Albuquerque this weekend, sending one person to the hospital. The shooting happened just before 1 o'clock Sunday morning. It's here near San Mateo and Gibson. Officers rushed out there, but they didn't see anyone. Then later Sunday morning, one person who'd been shot showed up at the hospital. That person should survive. Later today, we could find out if a chase that has been going on for 3 weeks now is finally over with.
Yeah, officials have caught a bank robber that they think looks a lot like the so-called mustache bandit. Late Friday, police tased and arrested 35-year-old James Charles Mulholland. They say he robbed the New Mexico Educators Federal Credit Union at Sequoia in Albuquerque. The FBI asked to blur the suspect's face so it doesn't interfere with the photo lineup. Now, we can tell you that this guy looks a lot like this man who the FBI has been looking for ever since he first robbed a Bank of Albuquerque back on January 12th. Last week, one robbery after another, and each one got more and more bold. Well, car thieves, look out.
Albuquerque police are starting to use even more of these so-called bait cars to catch you stealing them and catch you on camera. All right, that is just one of 80 people police have arrested for stealing bait cars in the 5 years they've had the program. And yeah, I'm sure she cried after that party was over with. Now, plus officers have arrested 122 people for breaking into these bait cars, and now they're using more cars than ever to get thieves off the street.
Obviously, the more cars we put out, the better chances we have of arresting the guys that are stealing.
Police have also started letting people drive the bait cars a little bit longer so officers can see if they're involved in even more crime.
Well, Super Bowl 47 is in the books, and the Baltimore Ravens are waking up as the champs. Baltimore head coach John Harbaugh bested his little brother Jim as the Ravens beat the San Francisco 49ers 34-31. Joe Flacco threw 3 touchdown passes to help the Ravens jump out to a big first half lead. But in the second half, San Francisco came storming back to make it a game. For his efforts, Flacco was named the game's MVP in Baltimore. By the way, fans took to the streets to celebrate last night's win in Baltimore. Some so excited, they even took it out on one car. Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Very, very exciting. Did you watch the game? Part of it?
I watched
little bit?
half of it. You know, interesting. I watched half of it, and at that point, I thought 49ers definitely out of this. By golly, they made a comeback in the second half. I missed it. Kind of bummed.
Well, besides the big game, the other reason people watch the Super Bowl is, of course, for the commercials.
Did you have a favorite?
I have one in mind. Maybe we'll get a sneak peek of it.
Okay, one ad agency here in Albuquerque is getting attention from all over the world right now because of an online poll to see which of those commercials that you think is the best. Here's News 13's Crystal Gutierrez.
It was the Hyundai one we already had, GoDaddy, which we already had, and then Doritos.
They are commercials watched by millions, and one Albuquerque advertising firm put them up for a vote.
We don't limit it to any country or anything.
Which ads were a Super Bowl best or a super bust?
I would do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Well, you probably watched them from the comfort of your home or maybe downing a brewski with pals. This small army of ad watchers log each commercial, then add them to their website, adbull.com.
No, it's not. Okay. I'll add it in.
Once all of the commercials are on their site, the world can vote.
It's a scale of 1 to 5. So, you know, if you vote 5, then that means you think the commercial is great.
Don't count out those you may have thought were a bust. The group also tweets about the commercials, and one of the ads that had many covering their eyes was getting a lot of attention.
I feel like the funniest ones have been about the GoDaddy commercial and how gross it's been.
There's a lot riding on the results. This year, the average 30-second Super Bowl spot cost upward of $4 million. What viewers talk about helps agencies for next year. And for the ad watchers, don't think it's all work and no play. They have their favorites too.
I like that goat one. I like the Doritos one, personally.
That Oreo one was actually pretty cute. I was surprised because they didn't leak anything on that one.
Crystal Gutierrez, KRQE News 13.
Definitely were some good ones there. So, all right, here are the top commercials as of right now, according to adbull.com. Number 5, the Audi prom ad. Number 4, Coca-Cola security camera. Then, this is one of my favorites, the Budweiser Clydesdale's Brotherhood commercial. Number 2, the Tide Miracle Stain. And right now, the number 1 commercial, according to this poll, is the Ram Truck Farmer. Now, if you want to see all the commercials, go ahead and vote. No problem. Just head to KRQE.com, click on News Wings, so we have everything we need for you right there. Out of all of them I've seen, I didn't see a lot of them. The Clydesdale one.
That
is
one was
so
a good one.
touching.
Mine didn't make the list. I saw the
Which one was it?
the astronaut one. It wasn't all that, you know, shocking or anything, but it was the typical story of the, you know, boy meets girl, falls in love with girl, saves her from the beach, and then she like gets up and runs towards an astronaut that she sees, not him. So anyway,
life
cute.
happens. I guess the GoDaddy ones are always funny as well. All right.